Hello, my name is Gabe,
And I'm Shane.
and today we are going to be fixing this bike.
A flat tire on a bike.
Yes.
Jumped off a curb and it has a flat tire.
Where do you think the hole is?
So we have to take the wheel off, and then we can take the tire off and put a new inner tube in. Ain't that right?
Yes.
Alright, first thing we got to do is take the chain off. So, all you really need to do to take the chain off is pull this up. Most bikes have a derailleur very similar. So see, this keeps the chain tight. So we just loosen it, pull that up so the chain is loose. And then we can pull the chain off to the side. So now the chain's out of the way. Next thing we got to do is loosen these two nuts right here so that we can pop the wheel off. So usually the best way to do that is with 2 wrenches, one on each side.
Why do you have to put 2 on each side? Is it quicker?
Because you gotta hold one side while you spin the other side. So let's see, does this fit? There's one side, see? There it goes. Alright, so loosen those up. Now we should be able to just pull this tire right up and out of here. There we go.
Perfect.
Tire.
I thought the front tire was the one that was...
Back tire is the one that's popped.
Do you know where the hole is?
I don't, but we can probably find it. Now what we want is we gotta take the tire off and then put the new inner tube in.
Our tire wrench.
A lot of inner tubes come with these if you don't have one, or you can get it at a bike shop. It's really handy. It just makes it a little easier. So you flip it up in there and see how it kind of grabs the edge of the tire.
Yeah.
And then see you just go around like this. See, it pulls the tire right off the wheel. See, now that's that side. And then once you have one side, there you go. It's pretty easy.
Alright, so we put a little bit of air in the tire.
This is the old inner tube. We just kind of wanted to see where the hole was. So we took it out of the tire, we put some air in it, and there it is.
There is that hole.
Now, here's what I noticed, right? It's on the inside of the inside of the inner tube.
Yeah, so what's
This
wrong
is the
with
part
that?
that sits against the wheel. This is the outside part that goes on the tire. So we might have an issue with our wheel. Something on our wheel poked a hole in this inner tube. So let's see if we can figure out what that is. Alright, so something in this wheel poked a hole in our inner tube. So the way the spokes go into a bike wheel, they go in through here, through a little hole, and then it tightens down up here. And you can see it's kind of bumpy in there. Right, and they put this little black cover over it to kind of smooth it out.
I can feel that bump.
But apparently one of these bumps was just too much, and it popped our inner tube.
This one. Right here.
So it just needs a little more padding in there. So what I'm going to do is take a little black electrical tape. Almost everybody has some of this in their garage. And I'm just going to put...
One layer?
I'm going to put 2 layers. And it's just to give us a little more padding between our inner tube and our wheel, so that hopefully whatever popped that hole won't pop it again.
That's a cool idea.
So I'm just going to go around it twice.
That's 3.
There you go. So now we know we've got a little
bit of
extra padding down there.
extra padding.
There.
Because we don't want to break our printer inner tube again.
Okay, so now that feels a little better. So now we're ready to put our new inner tube in. Alright, so here's our new inner tube by Bell. They've been making stuff for a long time, and they're good stuff. So you just got to make sure you match the wheel size. So I know that this is a 24-inch inner tube, so I need a 24-inch bike. So how do I know what size a bicycle wheel is if you don't know? Here, let me show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but on the bike wheel itself, on the tire,
Oh, sorry.
it'll tell you what size it is. You just gotta find it. 24.
Wait, where
Get
is
it on
24
the- 24 by 1.95. So 24 inches is the size of the wheel. 1.95 is the width of the tire. So that's how we know it's a 24-inch
What's the
tire.
width of the tire?
right here, 1.95, almost 2 inches. So here's our new inner tube. So a little trick to this is we're going to put just a little bit of air in it, just enough so it's not completely smushed. Okay. So just a little bit. See, it's out.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's still pretty empty, but it's enough to help it keep its shape. All right. So now I'm going to put the inner tube up in the tire. So I'm just going to sit the inner tube up inside the tire. I was looking there to make sure we don't have any big wrinkles or that it's twisted up or anything. You want it to sit nice and down in there. And that's why putting a little air in the inner tube helps. See, you can see that fits in there really nice.
And you don't have to shove it up in there.
Right. So now here's the tricky part. Putting the tire back on the wheel. So, some tires will say like which way the tire is supposed to spin. It'll say rotation. So you got to make sure that fits towards the front.
I can kind of see that.
Okay.
This part can't see that, but it says rotation right there.
So I know that here's the bike, right? We know our tire goes like this, right? And we want this to spin forward. So, just like that. The first thing I like to do is you gotta find the hole. So, first thing I do is I put one side of the tire on, all the way around. It's pretty easy to get the first side on. But I don't want to do both sides, just one.
Or do you want to do both sides?
So there. So see, now I've got the first side on. Okay. Now, I want to make sure that this goes in the hole. It's a little tricky because of the tape we put in. Here goes. Oh, it was there.
Hey, it's better struggle than
There we go.
have the tire pop again.
Then we push that down there real good. Let's see.
Nice.
Where's it?
There's the tire.
There we go. Right? Now we get the other side of the tire in. So usually you can just squeeze it in there.
Just kind of squeeze it. Can I try a little bit?
Yeah.
So just kind of.
You're just going to push it down in there and work your way around.
Here, can you film for a little bit, please? So you just kind of like this.
Yep, you just push it down in there. Sorry, it goes over the edge. Yep, keep going all the way around.
So you just kind of push it in.
Yep.
The bottom's a little tricky.
Yep, so here, try me.
Flip it over. Ah.
So, it's pretty easy until you get to the top. And that's where it can get a little stiff. There we go.
Oh, did that pop?
That's it, it's on.
Oh.
So I didn't inflate it all the way yet.
Why?
Because you want to go around and make sure that the tire looks like it's on the wheel even. Sometimes one side will go in too far. So you just want to check and see the little line that goes around?
Yeah.
Kind of want to make sure that's pretty even all the way around. And this one looks pretty good. Check the other side. See, like here, it's right here, it's in a little too far. Alright, so you just pull, you a little pull, and you can straighten it out.
See that little tiny rigid line? here.
Yeah, make sure that's even all the way around, or at least pretty close.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Okay, so now we're ready to put this back on the bike.
Cool. Let's do that.
Put our cap on. Now, right, we gotta make sure that the chain ends up on the gear.
Mm-hmm.
So you just hook the chain right there.
Yeah.
Then we can get our tire back in there. Get it past the brakes. And there we go.
You got it?
And then make sure it just drops back down in the holes. There's one side, there's the other side.
Good.
Yep, there we go, see?
Mm-hmm.
Now all we gotta do is tighten this up and then adjust the brakes back. And we will be done.
That spins really quick.
Yeah, so that's one thing, since we just like find something that you can see, like right here's a good gap right here, right? And what you want to do is you want to spin the tire and make sure that that stays pretty close. It's like if it was crazy out of if the tire wasn't on the rim right, you might see it go like wobble. So we want to look for anything that looks like a big wobble, and it looks like we're pretty good. So I put one wrench on one side to hold it, tighten the other side.
Mm. That's a cool trick. Almost there?
There we go.
You got it.
Alright, now let's flip it over and fix the brakes.
Wait, why is it? How are the brakes broken? She also broke the brakes?
No, we can have a little wrench over there on the bench.
Yes. There you go.
Only thing left to do now is put the rest of the air in the tire. The tire says on the tire what the air pressure should be. So like these I believe are 40 PSI. Let me see if I can
40
find it
PSI?
up here. 50 PSI. So that's where we want to fill it up to where it says 50. So what you need to have is an air gauge.
What's an air gauge?
This little air gauge, they sell these at gas stations and Walmart and all those places. And it tells you how much pressure is.
So like when you, so as it's going it will pull out?
You push it in,
Uh-huh.
you stick it on the tire,
Yeah.
and then the air in the tire will push it out. And that'll tell you how much pressure you need.
What's the highest?
Like 55? So,
Just
let me,
enough.
I'm going to turn on the air compressor. It's going to get a little loud. Okay, so I put some air in my air compressor. Now I'm pull air in the tire. And then I'm going to use this to test it. See how much air is in there. Remember, we're looking for 50. So I put it on the tire. See how it pushed that out?
Uh-huh.
That is 25. So
25 PSI.
let's put a little more in. Push this back in and test it again. Oop,
Where'd it go?
50.
50 PSI?
Yep.
That was quick. Is that exactly 50?
Right at 50, so we'll leave it right there. Put the little cap back on.
And then we are done.
And there you go. Brand new inner tube. Ready to go for another cruise.
Uh-huh.
So I know some of you out there probably know how to do it a lot easier and smoother than I just did it. But if you don't know how to do it at all, well, maybe this will help. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
We're gonna fix this spec tire on the bike. And make sure to subscribe. Make sure to watch all the other videos and see you next time.
See you next time.